What's up, everybody? Welcome back into the stream, man. Big Friday slate. This should be a fun one. We've got a lot of value today. This is another one of those slates. I mentioned it in my video earlier. This is another one of those slates where there's a lot of good plays today. There's a lot of ways to go. Plenty of value. Plenty of studs to pay up for. Mainly, the Warriors are the team that really stands out for value today. But we have some guys questionable right now. Rudy Gobert is questionable, which is a really big injury. We have yet to. I'm pretty sure Gobert has yet to miss a game this season. Don't quote me on that, but I don't think he's missed a game yet. Derek Favors at 3,200. If Gobert winds up out, Derek Favors lock for me on both sides. He'd be easily the best value play on the slate. Derek Favors been really good this season. Just hasn't been getting a ton of minutes because obviously he backs up Gobert. And now if Gobert were to sit, we might get like 30 minutes from Derek Favors. He'd be a great value play. And then we got all this value from the Warriors. With Curry doubtful, with Oubre doubtful, guys like Nico Manning, Jordan Poole, Kent Bazemore, these dudes they're all super cheap, and they're gonna have to play pretty big minutes. So a lot of value today. Should be a fun slate for sure, man. As always, guys, appreciate you being here. Patrick, what's up, man? Appreciate you being a member. As always, Patrick. How do I get that? Didi, if you want to become a member, it's $2.99 per month. It's something that YouTube offers for channels. You basically become a member, you get a VIP badge, you get some emojis as well that you can use in the chat. I always try and, answer members' questions first. I try and answer everyone's questions, but if you are a member, I will try and prioritize your questions. So you can become a member if you want to. Miami Mike, $10 super chat. He says haircut money. Hey, Miami Mike, I'm going to be 100% honest with you, bro. When I get a haircut, my girlfriend does it, so it's free, honestly. But I appreciate the $10. So what I do is I basically just let my hair grow out to a point where I don't like it anymore, and it's getting to that point. We're about there. I just shave it all off. So the next time I get a haircut, I'll probably just have like a bald head. It's just what I do. I don't really go and get like haircut appointments. I don't really care. Once it gets too long, I just shave it all off. So that's what I'm going to do at some point. I appreciate the $10 super chat though, Mike. Thank you, man. Hey, Noah, what's good? What's up, Christopher? Didi, I appreciate you becoming a member, man. Yeah, so you'll have the VIP badge next to your name. I'll try and prioritize your questions first. Obviously, I want to answer everyone's questions, but members, I do want to prioritize. Appreciate you becoming a member, Didi. Thank you, man. Thank you for the additional support. What's good, Noah? I'm always tuned in for this live. Let's get this money tonight. Hey, I appreciate that prime time. Let's get it, my man. Let's get it. Tomas Satoransky on Yahoo. Yeah, I'm totally fine with Satoransky as a value play. I think I'd probably rather get to the Warriors guys just because they're a little bit cheaper. But yeah, Satoransky, he still looks like a solid value. His price did come up a little bit, but honestly, it's probably still not high enough yet. Like, he's still probably underpriced, I would say. So I do like Satoransky still. What's up, Noah? Everyone on NCAA, let's make this NBA money. Yeah, I was tuning into some of the basketball games during the day. I don't really watch college basketball that much at all. Really, the only time I ever watch it is during the tournament. And I did make a bracket just for fun. And I'm pretty sure I had Virginia Tech beating Florida, so I've already lost. Or I already don't have, a perfect bracket. But it's fun to keep up with the tournament and stuff for sure. The games are always so good, especially when it gets towards, the Elite Eight and the Final Four. Just every game is just down to the wire. What's up? Just started watching you some nice information. Well, I appreciate that, Zach. Thank you for watching, man. Thank you for tuning in. Jokic Murray Barton is a sneaky GPP stack. I don't mind it, Rich. I do like Jokic a lot. I think it's very easy to play Jokic tonight with all the value that we have. So I definitely like Jokic. Jamal Murray, I feel, he still has a ton of upside. He's obviously been super, inconsistent as of late. But it is a really good matchup against Chicago. Pace-up spot. I think Murray and Barton are definitely in play. Jokic, though, he's the guy I'm kind of, prioritizing from Denver. I guess you could play all three of those guys together. I don't know if I would do that personally, but I guess you could. You like Powell or Anthony Edwards as my last guy in? I would take Anthony Edwards there. I'm fine with Anthony Edwards on this slate. Norman Powell, I'm not as high on. Now that Van Vliet and Siakam are both back, I know Norman Powell had a really good game last game, but I just don't play Norman Powell when the team's fully healthy, especially not with his price where it is right now. So I would take Anthony Edwards there. What about Grant from Detroit versus Houston? Yeah, Jeremy Grant's kind of another guy that I'm fine with on this slate. I'd probably rather play Draymond for a little bit cheaper, but I assume Draymond's going to be a lot higher owned, so I'm fine with Grant as the last piece in. He's not someone I'm really starting my lineup with, though. I would say my favorite play from Detroit's probably Probably either Josh Jackson or DeLon Wright. I do like both those guys quite a bit. Shaping up to be a crazy slate tonight. Noah, love the content. Still favor Harden over Luka and Jokic for spin-up options now that Kyrie's playing. Yeah, I was expecting Kyrie to play. He was probable last night, so coming into this slate, I was assuming he was going to be in. Harden is still the guy that I like the most. It's close, though, between those three. Like, I think all three of those guys are really good options. You maybe could play all three in the same lineup. We have a lot of 3K value tonight, so you could probably play Harden, Luka, and Jokic all in the same lineup if you wanted to. If I had to choose like one, I think it would be Harden. I think Luka or Jokic would be my second favorite, and then Luka third. But all three are very solid pay-up options tonight. Can't go wrong with any of them. Don't do that, Noah. Don't ball it home. That's what I do, Christopher. I shave it all off. I normally just wear a hat, anywhere I go. Like, I don't like having a shaved head. I like having a shaved head in that, it's very easy. I don't have to like worry about combing my hair and all this stuff. It's just what I do. I've done it before. So probably the next time I get a haircut, I'll just have, a skin head. And you'll probably see me with a hat on. So, Noah, what do you think about Devin Booker? I'm not really looking to Devin Booker on the slate. I think there's just other guards I'd rather play. Like, I'd probably rather play Jamal Murray. Rather play like John Morant. Those two guys are closely priced to Booker. Honestly, I'd probably rather have Chris Paul over Booker. So, yeah, I'm not really on Booker. I haven't played Booker much at all this season. I think the one time I played him this year was when Chris Paul was out. Like, I haven't really played Booker much this year. You like Markkanen? Not really. I mean, Markkanen's not someone I've really looked to on this slate. I feel like there's so many other better plays. But yeah, Markkanen's fine, I guess. Jeff Green or Patrick Williams? Probably rather go with Patrick Williams there between those two. What happened last time Harden played Orlando? How come he didn't have a big night? I'm skeptical of playing Harden as a stud. I honestly have no idea. Let's see. So he's played Orlando twice this year. He's averaged 61 DK points against them through 2 games. Looks like he had 43 DK points in 33 minutes. I'm pretty sure that was a huge blowout. Christopher, I'm pretty sure that was a huge blowout. They won by like 30 points. So Harden didn't get his normal minutes. And then I don't know if he put up 43, he must have had like 80 DK points the other time they played Orlando this year because he's averaged 61 per game against them. I mean, I don't worry about matchup when it comes to a guy like James Harden. I mean, he's just matchup proof. He's so good. Wood, Bam, or Levine? I'd probably go with Zach Levine there between those three. Grant and Draymond, same price on Yahoo. Yeah, again, Christopher, Draymond's probably going to be higher owned. So if you want to go for Grant with lower ownership, you can. I prefer Draymond, though. Draymond's probably one of the top plays on the slate, in my opinion. I'm most likely playing him on both sides. But, yeah, if you want to play Grant for low ownership, you definitely could. I wouldn't be surprised, if Grant outscores Draymond. Doncic, Wright, Harden, Wiggins, Nance, Barton, Jeff Green, Dre. Dang, that's a lot. Hold up. Are those I can't tell if that's like 2 or 3 lineups, Zach, but I mean that looks solid. I think those are 2 lineups, but that looks solid. Larry Nance, yeah, I do really like Larry Nance as well. Larry Nance is definitely too cheap. He's 5,200, I believe, on DK. Yeah, he's 5,200. We know Kevin Love remains out. Obviously, Andre Drummond's not playing. Larry Nance has been getting big minutes. Last 2 games, 38 and 37 minutes. He wasn't good the first 2 games he came back from injury, but he's been really good these last 2. The minutes have been there. Nance has always been a pretty productive player when he does get the minutes. So if we're getting like 35, 36 minutes from Larry Nance, I mean, 5,200 is just way too cheap for him. He does really stand out. He's definitely one of the better plays in that 5K range. And he's small forward eligible on DK, which makes him super appealing. I like him on both sides, though. He's by far my favorite guy from Cleveland. Which Golden State player is your best value? I'm focused on Jordan Poole. Yeah, I think Jordan Poole probably has the most upside just because he's a high-usage player. He's a guy that can score. He's also, a little bit more expensive than Kent Bazemore and Nico Manning. It all depends on who starts. I'm assuming that Nico Manning starts for Curry, and most likely Kent Bazemore starts for Oubre. But last time Oubre and Curry were out, they did start Nico Manning, but Damian Lee actually started in place of Oubre last time Oubre was out. Or when Oubre, Curry, and Draymond were all out like a couple weeks ago, Damian Lee actually started. And Kent Bazemore, he only played like 11 minutes. So it really just comes down to their starting lineup. They could start Nico Manning at point guard. They could start Brad Wanamaker. I'd assume it's going to be Nico Manning. Brad Wanamaker, I don't think's even been in the rotation. But then, if Damian Lee starts, I'd like him a good amount. If Bazemore starts, I'd like him a good amount. Regardless, I think Jordan Poole's, though, a really good value. I expect Jordan Poole just, to get a lot of usage off the bench. Juan Toscano Anderson, yeah, he's another guy that I think, he's a riskier value because with Draymond still healthy, I don't know if Juan Toscano Anderson's going to play a ton of minutes, but he should still get, probably 20 to 22 minutes off the bench. No Pascal, no Wiseman. I mean, there's plenty of minutes available in the front court as well. So I would say Juan Toscano Anderson's probably one of the more riskier values from Golden State, unless somehow he starts. I don't think that's going to happen, though. But like all these Golden State guys are in play for me. They're just all so cheap. I mean, you could literally play the starting lineup, Draymond, Wiggins, if it's Bazemore, Manning, and then, I guess you could play Kevon Looney. Like, you could play him as well. I like Jordan Poole, though, off the bench. If Bazemore comes off the bench, I'd be a bit hesitant on him. Probably only going to go to Bazemore if he starts. But if Damian Lee starts, he's a really good value. You could maybe still play him even if he comes off the bench. I mean, there's just so many of these guys. These guys are all so cheap. Like, it's hard not to like them, honestly. I would assume at least, a couple of those cheap Golden State guys are going to, do really well for their salary. You think Nikola Vucevic eats versus the Nets tonight? I mean, yeah, it's a great matchup for Vuce. So on this slate, I still would rather play Jokic. I like Jokic a lot. I think his matchup is just as good. But yeah, Vuce, I mean, he should be able to feast against Brooklyn. Brooklyn's always been a team that, just can't defend bigs. So do like Vuce, just prefer Jokic, I think, if I'm paying up at center. Golden State really might get smoked tonight. I mean, yeah, they could. How much is Memphis favored by right now? Memphis is favored by 7. I mean, yeah, I don't expect their offense to be very good tonight, but maybe Draymond can just keep things going. I don't know. I mean, Draymond's been really good this year. He can run that offense. It's just they're not going to be nearly as efficient. When you're replacing Steph Curry with Nico Manning, your offense is just not going to be as good. J-Val or Chris Paul, I think I'd prefer J-Val there. Prefer the upside on J-Val. Luka, DeLon Wright, Harden, Wiggins, Will Barton, Larry Nance, Jeff Green, Draymond, Robert Williams. Yeah, that's solid, Zach. I got you. That's solid. Thoughts on THJ? Yeah, I think THJ is viable. Again, there's other guys I'd rather play for cheaper. I'd rather play Kent Bazemore if he starts for way cheaper than THJ. But THJ did play a ton of minutes last game with Dorian Finney-Smith out. And Dorian Finney-Smith is out again, so I assume THJ starts again, probably plays mid to high 30s minutes. He's still pretty cheap, so yeah, he's definitely viable. But if Kent Bazemore starts, I think I'd rather save the salary and play Kent Bazemore at small forward, or just I'd rather play Larry Nance over THJ, honestly. What about Nick Claxton as a value on Yahoo? I'll be honest, I haven't really played Nick Claxton this year. I know he's had some really good games off the bench, but he's been doing it in really limited minutes. I don't know. He's someone I want to play because I know he's a guy that can go out there and just dominate. He's been really good on a point per minute basis this year. But he just hasn't been playing a ton of minutes. As long as, Jeff Green and DeAndre Jordan are healthy, Claxton's probably just going to get, 18 to 20 minutes. It's just, you need him to be really productive, I would say, in his time. And could he do that? Yes, he could, but I just feel there's guys, that are same price as Nick Claxton. Maybe they're not as good point per minute players, but they're going to play, 12, 15 more minutes than Claxton will. LeVert on the menu tonight. I like Karis LeVert a good amount on Yahoo. I don't think I'm going to play him on DK. He's just more of a lower owned tournament play. But on Yahoo, if you play over there, Karis LeVert, he's still really affordable. So I like him a lot on Yahoo for sure. He got up to 34 minutes last game, which really good to see. Really good to see. Trying to avoid Robert Williams and Tice. When I play one, the other one I don't play goes off. Hey, I feel you there, Michael. So the first slate I played Robert Williams, and he wasn't bad. He had 33 fantasy points or something. But Tice outscored him, and Tice was way cheaper. So Tice was the better play on the first slate when they played Utah, I think it was. And then the next day, it was Tice that sucked when we all played Tice, and then Robert Williams went off. Tonight, I still prefer Robert Williams. I think he just gives you way more upside. there's talks, like people are saying that maybe Robert Williams could start. I don't know if they're actually going to do that, but he's been clearly their best center this season. I think he should be starting. So, yeah, if Robert Williams, like, if he moves into the starting lineup, I mean, lock and load, like, I'm playing him 100%. Even if he comes off the bench still, I still think he plays, like, at least probably 22, 24 minutes, and he's just such a productive player when he's out there that I don't mind paying $5,800 for him because he can put up, 40 DK points in 22 minutes. He's done it, multiple times this season. It's such a good matchup, too. I prefer Robert Williams, but both are in play for me. Tice is still pretty cheap, so you could still play him. I don't mind him at all. Derek Favors for Utah if Gobert is out. Yeah, we mentioned it right at the beginning of the stream. If Gobert is out, I think Derek Favors is probably the best value play on the slate, assuming that Favors would start, and I'd assume he would. Like, Favors has been really good this year. He's been really productive. He just hasn't played a ton because, obviously, he's not going to play a ton when he's just Gobert's backup. But now, if Gobert were to sit, we'd probably get like 30 minutes from Derek Favors, which would make him one of the best value plays overall. Luka or Harden, if you're only playing one lineup, I still prefer Harden. I mean, both are really good options, but I think I do lean Harden. Like, Harden's just been, I mean, he's almost, at this point, it feels like he's a lock to triple-double almost every night. I mean, he's just been so good. Starting lineup is Draymond, Nico, Wiggins, Juan Anderson, and Looney. I mean, nothing's confirmed yet, I don't think, but they could do that, yeah. I feel confident that Nico Manning's going to start for Curry, but I really have no idea who starts for Oubre. It could be Toscano Anderson, it could be Kent Bazemore, it could be Damian Lee, could be Jordan Poole. Like, they have a lot of options. But yeah, I'm assuming that Nico Manning definitely going to start. I don't know about the other guy, though, or their other spot, who fills that other spot. Bulls just got dominated by Pirtle and Moses Brown. Joker getting 70+. I mean, yeah, Jokic, he's a great play today. And there's plenty of value. You should, pretty easily to be able to fit him in. You going back to Tyson, a bounce back? I personally prefer Robert Williams, I think, but Daniel Tice is still in play. He's going to be a lot lower owned than he was last slate. He was very chalky last slate. He burned everyone, including myself. I mean, nobody's going to want to go back there, so... Like, would I be surprised if Tice played 28 minutes tonight and had 35 fantasy points? I would not be surprised at all. I prefer Robert Williams, though. I think Williams just gives you much more upside. And like I said earlier, there have been talks that Robert Williams could maybe start. And if that were to be the case, then yeah, I'd love Robert Williams. And I would assume Tice would go to the bench, which I wouldn't really have any interest in Tice if he goes to the bench. March Madness in my bracket is still alive, along with my 10-team parlay. Hey, well, I wish you the best of luck, David. I made one bracket. I usually just make one every year just for fun, and I've already gotten a couple games wrong. Do you like Kemba? Not really, Brandon. Like, the only guys I really like from Boston today are the big men, Tyson, Robert Williams. Like, there's just other guards I'd rather play over Kemba. Give me Jamal Murray, John Morant. Give me those guys over Kemba today. Plumlee, Plumlee's another one. Like, it's a good matchup, but he's not getting a ton of minutes, which really caps his upside. Like, they've only been playing him like 26, 28 minutes. He's not getting the 34, 35 minutes that he was getting earlier in the year. Again, like, I think when you look at the guys priced around Plumlee, there's just other centers I'd rather play. Like, if I can get the salary, I'd rather play Rashawn Holmes. I'd rather play Draymond. Give me Thad Young. Give me, I don't want to say Ayton, but Thad Young, Pirtle. Like, I think I'd rather have those guys. Robert Williams. I'd rather have those guys over Plumlee. You look at the game log, I mean, he's just not getting 30. Like, you want him to play. He hasn't played over 30 minutes in 8 straight games. It's just, I don't know. It really caps his upside when he's not getting those big minutes. Doncic, Poole, LeVert, Edwards, Green, Nance, Robert Williams, Mannion. How do you like? I mean, that looks pretty solid, Super Brandon. That looks pretty solid, man. How many Warriors are we playing in cash? I mean, I would say you're probably for sure playing Draymond. If Nico Manning starts, you're probably for sure playing him. Whoever else starts for Oubre, you could probably play him as well. I mean, I think 3 to 4 is totally fine. I wouldn't play 5, but 3 to 4 feels about right. Great info as always, Noah. Have you checked out Jot Market at all? I've never played there before. Never played there. Joker is the lockiest locks of all locks that's even been locked. Hey, I mean, good matchup. He could definitely, he does feel like a really good pay-up option. I wouldn't say he's a lock, but yeah, he's a really good pay-up option. Jokic over Luka. Yeah, I think I would lean that way. I do prefer Jokic over Luka. I think ranking the guys above 10K, it would be Harden, number 1. Closely behind him would be Jokic, and then number 3 would be Luka for me. Claxton, Bazemore, and Patrick Williams are Nance, Lee, and Favors. Assuming Gobert's out, I would take the second, Nance, Lee, and Favors. I mean, if Gobert's out, I think Derek Favors is the best value play on the slate. How do you feel about Campazzo? I mean, I don't really have much interest in Campazzo. With this, he was someone that we were looking to play, whenever they were dealing with COVID protocols and stuff, and they had a lot of guys out. Now that they're kind of getting back to full strength, I know Monte Morris is still out, but I just don't really have much interest in Campazzo, especially not on a big slate like this. Harden, Poole, Hield, Green, Williams, Mannion, Nance, Porter Jr. Yeah, that's solid for now. That's solid for now. Is there enough value to run Harden and Jokic? I mean, yeah, you can definitely make it work. Like, you just got, think about these Warriors guys. Like, say Nico Manning starts, he's going to be a really good value play. Let's just say Kent Bazemore starts, he's a really solid value. I mean, you play those two guys, and you've got 72-33 remaining per player. You plug in Harden, you plug in Jokic, and you still got 5,400 per player, which is easily, you can easily make that work on today's slate. So, yeah, there's plenty of value you can pay up for multiple studs tonight. Definitely does feel like another Stars and Scrubs slate. Thoughts on Frank Jackson with Ellington and McGruder out? Yeah, like Frank Jackson, I don't think I'm going to go there. I know he played like 30 minutes last game, and he started in place of Ellington or in place of McGruder. But, like, we saw it. I mean, he played 30 minutes, and he had like 10 fantasy points. I mean, Frank Jackson, he doesn't feel like a guy I feel like I'm going to need to have. I know Nico Manning is not a great point per minute player either, but I feel more confident in Nico Manning than I do, Frank Jackson. I mean, both guys could play 30 minutes and score 15 points, and I wouldn't be surprised, but I still think I'd rather have Manning over Frank Jackson. Same like Damian Lee, if he starts, I'd rather play him over Frank Jackson. So, yeah, I just don't think I'm going there. Joining late, what did I miss? Rubio and THT cost me some bread last night. Yeah, Rubio was terrible last night. I didn't play him, luckily, but he was really bad. THT, I still had interest in him, but I didn't get there, honestly. Like, he didn't actually make it into my lineup. Once we got news Caruso was playing, I didn't feel like THT was as much of a, strong value as he was at the beginning of the day, so I didn't wind up playing him. But, yeah, both those guys were bad, especially Rubio. Rubio was someone I actually was considering, just he didn't make it into my build. Vucevic or Cat? I think I'd rather have Vooch. Just a little bit of a better matchup. Both guys are, centers you could pay out for, but I think I'd rather have Vooch between the two. Thoughts on Chase and Randall? Yeah, I'm probably not going there. We played, or I'm sure you guys played him last slate. I did personally. I played him on DK. Once it was announced he was starting, it was a shorter slate yesterday. There wasn't a ton of value. So getting, 30 minutes from Chase and Randall I thought was, solid at his price tag. Today, there's just better value, I think. Give me Damian Lee, Nico Manning, give me these Warriors guys over Chase and Randall. Like, Randall's just, he's not a productive player. He's just he's not going to produce when he's out there. So, not today for me. Even if MCW's out again, I don't think I'm going to Chase and Randall. You don't need to hit that like button or be cursed with late scratch players for a week. Hey, well, I don't want y'all to wish any curses on anyone, but yeah, hit the like button, guys. I do always appreciate the likes. Could you give a shout out to Josh and John Lim? We're really big fans. Hey, shout out to Josh and John. Shout out to you guys. Appreciate you watching. Thoughts on Corey Joseph? Again, like, he's not a guy I really want to look to on a big slate like this. I think if it was a smaller slate, Corey Joseph would be viable. But, I would say he does benefit with Marvin Bagley out just because they can run, different types of lineups. They can play, smaller lineups with Corey Joseph getting more minutes, and we saw that be the case last game. I think Joseph played like 26 minutes, I want to say. 25 minutes, 24 DK points. I mean, he's normally not a guy that's going to average a fantasy point per minute. Again, like, I think I'd rather have the Warriors guys over Corey Joseph. I'm not going to go there on this slate. Just don't think I'm going to need to go there. Harden, Vooch, and Bazemore, or Luka, Jokic, and Lee. Give me Luka, Jokic, and Lee, especially if Lee starts. I don't know who's going to start for Oubre. It could be Bazemore, it could be Lee, it could be Poole. But yeah, if Lee starts, I definitely like the second one more. Even if Bazemore starts, I'd probably still take the second. But that's pretty close. Who's your top three studs tonight? We mentioned it earlier. For me, Harden number 1. Close behind him would be Jokic, and then Luka number 3. Just talking about the guys, like above 10K. I feel so bad playing Wiggins, only going to get you 25 DK points. I totally feel you there, Michael. I feel like if I play Wiggins tonight, he's going to score 25 DK points and I don't play him, then he's going to have like an actual ceiling game and put up like 45. Wiggins just feels like one of those guys. If you play him, it's not going to work. If you don't play him, he's going to smash. So I don't know what to do with Wiggins. Like, you would expect him to be more productive with these guys out, but last time these guys were out, he literally like did nothing. So I don't know. It's tough. Honestly, I think I'd rather play like some other shooting guards. Like on Yahoo, I'd rather play Karis LeVert over Wiggins. And he's a little bit cheaper than Wiggins is over there. Good luck, y'all. Hope someone in the group hits big. Yeah, as I always say, guys, if I don't take down something, I hope it's one of you guys. Are you against Aaron Gordon? If he has the minutes, could be a solid play versus the Brooklyn defense, who hasn't been very good. I mean, yeah, it depends on the minutes. It is a back-to-back, which concerns me a little bit, but he's not on the injury report, I don't think. So, assuming Aaron Gordon's good to go, if he got 31 minutes last game, I would assume that he plays, around the same minutes again. If we're going to get like low to mid-30s minutes from Aaron Gordon in this matchup, I mean, yeah, he could definitely be a good play. If it was a shorter slate, I think I'd have a lot of interest in Aaron Gordon, but there's so many other good options, priced around him that I feel a little bit better about, that I'm probably not going to play Aaron Gordon in my one lineup. But yeah, he's definitely a solid option. I think he will be super low owned. What up, Noah? Been listening for a minute now. Appreciate your insight and grind. Also, quick question: who do you like better tonight, Melton or Satoransky? I think I'd rather have Satoransky just because he's starting and he's going to probably play more minutes. I know Melton's a really good point per minute player, but you just never know what the minutes are going to be like for Melton. So I'd probably take Satoransky there. Appreciate you all watching though, Rudy. Appreciate you, man. My man, I've missed a few live streams, but I'm here today. Let's get it. Hey, let's get it, Roscoe. I appreciate you being here, brother. Harden, Wiggins, Bazemore, Green, Holmes, Edwards, Nance, Favors. I mean, yeah, that's obviously dependent on Rudy Gobert, but that does look solid, assuming Gobert's out. Shooting guard 4K and below, it would probably be Damian Lee for me. Especially if he starts, it would definitely be Damian Lee. What's up, Noah? Cat or Luka? I mean, if I have the salary, I think I'd rather play Luka between those two. Jordan Poole, yeah, Jordan Poole, he's one of the Warriors' values that I really like. Whether he starts or comes off the bench, Jordan Poole is a high-usage player. He's a guy that can be productive when he's on the floor, so I feel very confident in Jordan Poole. We've seen him be productive even playing alongside Curry and, Oubre and all these guys. Now that they're out, I expect, there to be even more opportunity for Jordan Poole, so I like him a lot. Any news on John Wall? Because I got Kevin Porter in 50% of my lineups. Right now, John Wall is still questionable. Even if John Wall's out, I don't know if I'd want to be playing 50% Kevin Porter on the slate, but you do you, Adam. You do you, man. Larry Nance, yeah, we mentioned Larry Nance earlier. I think he's super underpriced. For him getting 36, 38 minutes, he should not be 5,200. With Kevin Love still out, I expect there to be big minutes available again for Larry Nance, so I do like Larry Nance a lot. Christian Wood at center. We got to see, if there's a minutes limit on him. His first game back, I believe he played like 26 minutes, if I'm not mistaken. Let me just check that real quick. First game back from injury, yeah, he played 26 minutes. If there's no minutes limit on Christian Wood, I like him a lot. But I don't know if they're going to, I don't know if he's going to go from playing 26 minutes to 35 minutes. Like, I just don't know if he's going to see that big of an increase. But if we do get word that there's no minutes limit on Christian Wood, then yeah, he's definitely someone you can pay up for. Evan Fournier or LeVert. I think I'd rather have Karis LeVert between those two. Give me LeVert between the two. Harden, Poole, Robert Williams, or Jokic, Mannion, and LeVert. Definitely give me the first one. Harden, Poole, and Time Lord. Tomas Satoransky, Nico Mannion, or Jordan Poole. I think I'd rather have Jordan Poole between those three. Yeah, give me Jordan Poole between those three. Is Derek White still in play with DeRozan available to play? I don't have much interest in Derek White. And really, now that DeRozan's playing, I don't have much interest in any Spurs outside of, I think Jakob Poeltl's still viable with Aldridge out. But I don't really like Dejounte Murray that much anymore now that DeRozan's playing. That's a bump down for Derek White. It's a bump down for Keldon Johnson. I just don't want to play any of those guys today. So yeah, not much interest in any Spurs except, Jakob Poeltl, who I think is viable. Hey, what's up, Noah? Just got my first COVID shot. How are you feeling about Wood's revenge game against Detroit? Like we said earlier, Michael, if there's no minutes limit on Christian Wood, I think he's a very solid option. But we got to keep an eye on that. He only played 26 minutes his first game back. I don't think he's going to play big minutes right out of, like, one game after that, but he could. We don't really know. If there's no minutes limit, Christian Wood's in play for sure. Nance and Green together. What Green you talking about? You talking about Jeff Green or... I'm guessing you're talking about Jeff Green or Draymond Green. If you're talking about Draymond Green, yeah, you can definitely play Draymond Green and Nance together. Jeff Green, I don't really have too much interest in on this slate, but yeah, Draymond and Nance, you can definitely do that. What do you think of Harden, Poole, Sadiq Bey, Nance, Joker, Wright, Tice, and Mannion? I don't really have much interest in Sadiq Bey on this slate, but the rest does look solid. You like Draymond Green or Robert Williams? If I had to pick between the two, I still think I prefer Draymond Green, but I like the upside on Robert Williams a lot. Like I said earlier, there's a chance that Robert Williams could start today. There's reports of that, so if Robert Williams starts, honestly, I would take him over Draymond, but I like both a lot. Thanks for the info. After losing straight for 2 weeks before All-Star break, finally I am minimum 3x ROI, 6 nights in a row. Favorite mid-range small forward play on Yahoo, thinking about Edwards. It would probably be Edwards for me as well. Just off the top of my head, I think it would be Edwards. Probably either Edwards or Josh Jackson. Probably be the guys I'd go with there. Or Robertson, Ohio State going to overtime. Damn, Ohio State's they're a 2 seed, aren't they? That's crazy if they're going to overtime. That's crazy. Mark Bray with the $10 super chat. Hey, Mark Bray, I appreciate the super chat, man. I appreciate the support as always. He says, thanks, Noah, for the info. Good stuff. Joined late yesterday and missed it. Wednesday got 332. Cash in every contest, cash and GPP with Tyson Sadaransky sucking. Yeah, that sucks, Mark. I feel you there. Those nights are the worst when you have a really, really good lineup and there's like one guy that tanks it and just completely, obviously you can still cash, but that one guy that takes you out from getting a takedown sucks, man. But hey, I appreciate the super chat, Mark Bray. Thank you, man. Thank you for the support. Opinion on Top Shot? I haven't even dabbled into Top Shot. I went on the website, looked at it for like a minute, and then just closed the tab out. Like I don't know. I see all the people I follow on Twitter, like a lot of DFS guys I follow on Twitter, they're into Top Shot, but it seems like a lot of them are just like tilting that they're having to wait in line for packs and stuff. It doesn't seem like it's actually an enjoyable experience. Is Gobert out? Should I take out Robert Williams or Jokic in my util for Favors? Yeah, if Gobert gets ruled out, Favors is going to be a priority for me. So I would definitely I'd probably play Favors in there at center. I mean, Favors is going to be one of the best value plays, I think, if Gobert gets ruled out. We think of Claxton on DK. Yeah, we mentioned it earlier, Roscoe. Like, I just haven't been playing Claxton this year. I just don't play guys that, are only going to play 18 to 20 minutes. Could Claxton go out there and put up 30 DK points in 20 minutes? He absolutely could, but minutes are key for me, and Claxton just doesn't get enough minutes, I don't think, so I'm not really looking to him. If Gobert gets ruled out, 100 times out of 100, I'd rather play Derek Favors over Claxton if Gobert's out. Got 395 on Monday. That's a pretty good score, John. Pretty good score, man. Good job, John. Oh, yeah, gotcha. Yeah, that was 395. That's a damn good score on Monday. Should I stay away from Kevon Looney tonight? I would say, out of those Warriors value guys, he's probably like my least favorite. I would definitely rather play probably Bazemore, Lee, Mannion, Poole, obviously. I think Looney would probably be towards the bottom of my list, especially because there's just other centers I like. If Gobert's out, I'm playing Derek Favors and not even considering Kevon Looney, so I'm probably not going there personally. Ohio State's out. They lost? Oh, that's crazy if Ohio State just lost. I think I had them going to the Final Four. I mean, my bracket's not even going to do good anyway. I don't even know. I just made random picks, but I kind of just picked based on seeding. Oh, dude, they're down by 4 with 3.5 minutes left. Crazy. They're to a 15 seed. That's going to be the first big upset, I guess, if they do. But right here it says Ohio State's still favored. They're down by 4 with 3.5 minutes left, and Ohio State's still favored. I would turn that game on if I could, but I don't want to end the stream. J-Val or Edwards for my util? I'd probably take J-Val between those two, but both are solid plays in my opinion. Both are good tournament options. I think they're both going to be pretty low owned, so I'd have interest in both, but I'd take J-Val there. Any Levine tonight? Probably not for me. Like, I only play one lineup, so I don't think I'm going to get to Levine like in my one lineup. If I was playing, multiple lineups, if I was MMEing, I would have Levine in my player pool. But I don't think I'm going there personally. Colin Sexton. Yeah, Colin Sexton's just like another guy that, on this slate, I don't think I'm playing Colin Sexton. Like, really the only guy I like from the Cleveland is Larry Nance. I'm probably not playing any other Cavs or even considering any other Cavs outside of Larry Nance. As shooting guard, I think I really want to try and pay down there. Or you could go to like Andrew Wiggins in the mid-range or LeVert in the mid-range, but we got value at shooting guard, especially if like Damian Lee starts. I'm going to like him a good amount for cheap. I feel like the way I'm kind of approaching this slate is kind of, jamming in those Warriors values and then just, paying up for my favorite studs. That's kind of the way I'm approaching this slate. But we'll have to see. I mean, there could be better value that opens up, especially if Gobert gets ruled out, then I'm going to really like Favors. Who's your favorite value point guard? I mean, it's probably the chalky pick, but I mean, Nico Mannion, if he starts at point guard, he's probably the best value at the point guard position. And by some chance, if they maybe start Brad Wanamaker, just be ready to make a swap. On DraftKings, Mannion's 3,200 and Wanamaker's 3K. So if we get word that Wanamaker's starting and you have Mannion in there, you can just swap to Wanamaker. But I'm assuming that Mannion's going to start, so he's probably the best value at point guard, honestly. I know he's going to be popular, but 3,200, going to probably play around 30 minutes or more. Hard not to like him, honestly. He's going to allow you to get those studs in, which is always the way I try and go. If there's ever cheap guys that are going to play 30-plus minutes, I'll play them, and then I'll just jam in my studs. We have been live, though, for about 40 minutes, guys, so I think I am going to wrap up the stream here. I wanted to catch the end of that Ohio State game, so I do appreciate you guys tuning in, man. Not sure yet if I'll be live tomorrow. It is the weekend. Streams on the weekends are kind of iffy for me. I don't think I'm going to be live tomorrow because my birthday is Monday, and me and my girl are doing something tomorrow. We're going to be doing stuff all day Saturday. So I'll definitely not be streaming Saturday. Not sure yet about Sunday. Should be live Monday, though, on my birthday. My birthday is Monday, so I will still be live streaming then. Hope to see you guys, in the videos, though. I will be still making videos this weekend. Hope to catch you all in the videos, in the comment section. Good luck tonight, guys. Appreciate you watching. Appreciate you, T-Money. Thank you, man, for the happy birthday. Thank you, Brandon, for that as well. Good luck tonight, guys. Appreciate you watching, all right? Peace, peace, peace.